Yes, let's break down China collapse. Early in 2001, American lawyer Jordan Chang predicted the collapse of China in his book, The Coming Collapse of China. But actually, all these predictions have been proven incorrect. So I want to know why the Chinese economy is better, is stronger than what the West thinks.
Well, you mentioned the Gordon Chang and people similarly minded in the United States in particular. They keep talking about collapse of China, collapse of the Chinese economy, and they are surprised every year, but they keep talking about the Chinese collapse. Now, the reason is that they are hooked with their own heresy, and they make a living out of that. And there are political forces in the United States or elsewhere which want to support them. It's kind of a self-fulfilling conspiracy theory. The more they talk about it, the more they are convinced by their own theories. But if you look at China back in 2000, comparing that with China in 2024, and now we are in 2025, we are talking about completely different China, because China has been completely transformed. In 2000, China was very small as an economy. And you remember, throughout the first 10 years of the new millennium, China surpassed, in terms of the size of the economy, that of Italy, Britain, France, Germany. And then in 2010, China surpassed the size of Japan. Japan was, prior to that, the largest economy in Asia and the second largest economy in the world for about 48 years. By now, 2024 and 2025, the size of the Chinese economy is about 3 times, if not even more, than that of Japan. So you see the tremendous amount of transformation. Now, in 2000, the size of the Chinese economy versus India was not that significantly or dramatically different. But by now, the size of the Chinese economy is about 5 times as big as that of India. Further, even though if you use official exchange rate, Chinese economy is smaller than that of the United States. But if you look at the export of the United States, on the top of the list are crude oil, natural gas, agricultural products of all kinds, etc. The United States actually does not export that much of manufactured goods. If you talk about automobile, China produced more than 30 million automobiles in 2024, and China produced more than 10 million EV cars, much more, probably double the size of that in the United States. So if you look at manufacturing capacities, for example, industrial output, capabilities of building roads, highways, airports, seaports of all kinds, iron and steel making, cement, concrete, chemical fiber, agricultural products of all kinds, for example, China is way ahead of the United States and any other country in the world. So I want to see Gordon Chang, and I want to have tea with him, and I want to tell him that China is not collapsing. Yeah. You probably will never see China collapsing. And I want to tell him that his so-called theory, his so-called scholarship have been tainted by the failure of the China collapsing theory, and he's probably doomed as an academic or a scholastic person if he keeps saying the collapse of China.
Yes, I hope the scholar Gordon Chang can hear our talk